How you doing, YouTube? Mountain Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. And some barrel-aged goodness time, courtesy of courtesy of Josh from Ohio, for sending me these Jackios in the form of their Nobel Sorel. It's an Imperial Brown Ale, aged in bourbon barrels. Yeah, never had this before. Like I said, a viewer of mine, Josh, thank you very much. Josh sent a few Jackios off to me. This is one of them. Sitting here tonight, wanting something a little bit more bourbony, and figured, fuck it, let's crack it, see what she's got. So let's dive into it. As far as what she says on the bottle itself, it says Jackios Nobel Sorel, Imperial Brown Ale aged in bourbon barrels. It says here, brown ales have been part of our core lineup since 2007. Over the years, we have crafted quite a few variations and surprisingly have never aged one in fresh bourbon barrels. Nobel Sorel is an Imperial Brown Ale aged in bourbon barrels for 17 months. Munich and various caramel malts came together with oats and Belgian chocolate malt. A touch of English hops and a long rest in bourbon barrels rounded out this beauty. Toffee among biscotti, vanilla, and light bourbon jab culminate into a pleasant sipper. Enjoy. 11% alcohol by volume, and that's that. Jackios labels, I dig them. Some more than others, but this one's cool. Don't hate it, don't love it. Somewhere in between. So, yeah. See what she's got. Give her a crack. A little hiss there, nothing too crazy. Let's see what we got here. Not much of a head to speak of. Give her a little rough pour towards the end. Try to generate a head. If we don't, then what's what? Half pinky finger. Just north of khaki colored head. Pretty compact bubbles, but there's not much head left there to be seen, as you can see. And color-wise, it's dark. Darkest beer in the history of mankind. As it says on the bottle, it's a brown ale, imperialized brown ale, so it's not stout level stuff, it's not porter level stuff, but brown enough to where it's a little bit north of that doo-doo brown, murky doo-doo water that I typically love. You know, north of Quad, south of Belgian dark, south of border, north of just regular brown ale, so yeah. Let's see if we can get a nose on this sucker. Bourbon and barrel. You're getting a bourbon there, you're getting a spirit, you're getting a little bit of heat on that. You get a nice barrel in there, nice smokiness, nice char, a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of vanilla, not much coconut, as far as I can tell right now, but sometimes that creeps up on me. But yeah, barrel's well represented in here. The beer is there, you get a little bit of roasted malts, not even a little roasted malts, more like a little bit of like kind of bittering chocolate malts, and that's pretty much it. Underlying sweetness to that kind of barrel, kind of charry smokiness, and that's pretty much it. So the barrel leads the way in this one. It smells pretty good. She looks pretty nice. Curious to see how an Imperial Brown Ale rests in the barrel, especially for 17 months. Let's see. Cheers. It's okay. It's okay. It's nice. The barrel's there. The booze is there. The spirit is definitely there. There's a decent amount of heat on the back end. Actually, not even back end. Throughout the whole beer. It's thin. It's thin as I would expect a kind of barrel-aged Imperial Brown Ale to be, which I don't think carries the barrel as well as it should. Or as well as I hoped it would be. It's kind of where I would assume an Imperial Brown Ale would lie. When resting in a barrel for that long. I just wish it was a little bit more to it. There's nice flavors in there. There's a rich sweetness to the malt. Like I said, that spirit is there, albeit a little bit too big. The barrel is there. The chocolate is out of this world. Like, just semi-sweet chocolate, just off the charts. But they're all singular flavors, all wrapped around a little bit of thinness. You're getting a little bit of beer, you're getting a little bit of spirit, you're getting a little bit of barrel. And it's all there, but it's not cohesive. It's just kind of all over the place. But put together, it would be a really good fucking beer. I don't think time would put those together. I think it would just kind of, unless you gave it like 20 years, maybe it turned into something really weird. I don't think time is going to really make this kind of jive. It's a cool attempt. It's a fun attempt. I understand what they're doing. They did brown ales for a long time. They said, fuck it. Let's do a brown ale and kind of throw it all together and see what happens. For me, though, this one just didn't land. Like I said, there's some really cool flavors in there. Just all disjointed. And the overlying thinness of the beer in general, it kind of makes it fall flat. So yeah, nice flavors. The beer's a little bit lost. The barrel's well represented, and the flavors that are there barrel-wise are pretty fantastic. It just is way too herky-jerky, way too disconnected for me to kind of like fawn all over it, or even just be like, wow, this is really good. Even though it's tasty, and I'm enjoying the shit out of it. So yeah, let's talk about it. Is it one of the better barrel-aged... I'm just going to go barrel-aged beers. Go generic on this. Barrel-aged beers I've had as of late. No. Definitely not. Just too disconnected, too herky-jerky, too just bits and pieces, not cohesive enough to really turn into something that was really, really delicious. Value availability, I assume you might be able to find this here and there in shelves, but I don't know how Jackie O's does with their barrel-aged offerings, so hopefully, Josh or anybody else can chime down below on that, and price-wise also, and just say, if you like what we like this. If you like, and I hate saying this, because it sounds like a fucking super conceited, douchebaggy way of saying things. If you want to know what it's like to drink a beer that has all the parts, bits and pieces and parts of being a great beer, but it's not put together the right way, and I'm not saying that to say Jackie O's doesn't know what they're doing. Listen, I'm not making beer. I'm sitting here in the fucking camera, staring into a camera, talking to the internet about beer. So who the fuck am I? But that's what this is. And I love Jackie O's. There's a lot of offerings they have. I love the brewery. It's one of my favorite breweries. Probably my favorite brewery in Ohio, if not one of my favorite breweries on the East Coast. So I love a lot of their beers, but this one it's disconnected. It's not cohesive. It's not rounded. It's not connected in any way. So it is a really good beer to pick up and you'd be like, okay, this is what a barrel-aged beer is like when you have really good ingredients, really good barrel, really good everything, but it's just not, it didn't mesh. It didn't get together and turn into something fantastic. And that is what this beer is good for. Some people might love it. And that's fantastic. If you love it, that's awesome. But at the same time, to me, this is a really awesome kind of thing or lesson for what it's worth if you want to learn about beer. If you want to be like, okay, take one of, for example, I did the dark apparition with, I believe it was maybe coconut and vanilla. Any of their stuff. Oro Negro. Let's go Oro Negro. Another one of their beers that I love. Take that, drink that beer next to this beer, just to understand the difference between disconnect when it comes to like barrel-aged beers and how things sometimes meld together perfectly, and how when you can have all the most beautiful ingredients in the world and you just don't connect. Sometimes that just happens. So again, like I'm not trying to sit here and just be like fuck Jackie O's up the ass, because I love that brewery. And if it was a brewery that deserved to be called out for getting fucked up the ass, I would say that. But at the same time, yeah, this is just a little bit too for me. And for me, that is what it's here for. Especially, at least this iteration, this year, which I don't think it has a year on here. It should have them. I think they date all their bottles, actually. 2016. Pick one of these up. Pick up one of their other Champion Ground or Negro, Brick Kiln, any of their barrel-aged stuff that I freaking love. Drink it next to this one and just see the difference. That's what this beer is for. And if you like those beers, you should drink this beer and just see what's what if you're trying to get into beer and develop whatever. Anyway, enough rambling. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our review. Didn't, whatever, down there. Comment stuff. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped, Massive Beers, and all four of those places. And there you go. The review down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a nice beer right now. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers. Mm.